Good morning, Athens. Hello to everyone, and welcome to the Global Startup Workshop 2023. It's great to be here today. Wow, let me take this in. This is an incredible room. My registration team just told me that we have surpassed the 1,000 people mark. That's really, really great. And thanks so much for coming. And this is a sold-out event, as you know. So it's really incredible that you're all here. All the movers and shakers in the tech industry are here today. I want to have a special welcome to all our distinguished guests that have flown from far away to be here, and to the excellencies in the audience, as well as to everyone who is following us from home. Thank you very much. I know that many couldn't make it as well, but they are following us through the live stream. So a special hello to all of you. My name is Ana Maria Meshkurti. I will be your master of ceremony. So we will be spending 2 days together, 2 days full of panels, keynotes, inspiring moments, as well as full of networking. Therefore, I really encourage you to look to your left and look to your right and really start networking with everyone. Because I would say this is definitely the hottest tech event in Europe today, and everyone is here. So really use this opportunity to network, to pitch your startups, to find investors, and to also make some friendships. It is with my great, great honor and pleasure to introduce to you now the directors who have been working so tirelessly for months to put this event together of the GSW 2023, Daniela Gorza, Anna Eckhoff, and Farhan Kodai, to open this event for us. Please welcome them with an applause.
Kalimera se όλους. Θα ήθελα να σας καλωσορίσω στο MIT Global Startup Workshop. I tried. It is our pleasure to be here today to open this event and kick off what is going to be an amazing one. Just to give you a bit of a background, GSW has been around since 1998, and it's a non-profit, student-run organization that has made a significant impact on the world of entrepreneurship all over the globe. We have held a conference in over 22 countries across 6 continents and bringing people together from over 70 nations. This year marks our 25th anniversary, and we couldn't be happier to be here in this wonderful country, Greece. As we look around this room, we see a diverse group of individuals that share a common passion for entrepreneurship and innovation. This is your chance to connect with brilliant minds from around the globe, exchange ideas, and maybe start collaborating on some amazing projects. We are really happy to be here. We are here for you, and we really hope you will make the most of this event. Are we ready for it?
Let's do it!
Come on! Thank you, guys. I'm now going to introduce you to Gerasimos Spiridakis, chairman of 𝐼𝐻 Greece, who will also welcome you all and give his opening remarks. Thank you, guys. Eucharisto.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Let's look at the video. What do you think? It's good, huh? That's my speech. This is my speech, and it took me 8 seconds to write it on the top, the ChatGPT, and 40 seconds to make it ready. Look at it, it's good. So, you know, not bad. Thank you. So, GSW is not about speeches, and that's why it is different. GSW is not about me or the organizers or the speakers sit here and just talk and blah, blah, blah. It's different because GSW is a workshop. It's how the real life is. It's how businesses run. It's practical, and we're hoping that you all get value out of that, because the center of attention in the next couple of days is not going to be us. It's going to be you. And I'll explain to you why this is the case. So for the next couple of days, today and tomorrow, we're bringing under one roof here in Megaron, in Athens, Greece, for the first time after 25 years, some of the best minds around the world. We bring in successful entrepreneurs who have managed, launched companies that have changed the world. And these are the real people, the successful ones. We're bringing in investors. They have invested billions of dollars in all these companies, and they've made fantastic returns, and they funded innovative, disruptive, and sometimes destructive organizations, companies that have changed the world. And of course, we're going to engage in workshops, in panels, so we hear firsthand from all these people how they did it, how they did their companies, how they brought them where the companies are today. So you will get valuable insights, strategies, tactics, how to build, grow, and scale your startup or your business. But the most important thing of all, you're all going to connect. With all these people we brought from around the world, you're going to spend some time with those key stakeholders, discussing, making friendships, connecting, maybe forming partnerships in the future, and a lot of other things. Because this is what GSW is going to bring to all of you today and tomorrow. And that's very important. And this is the value we want to give to all of you as a thank you for coming with us in the next couple of days. So the conference, if I can call it a conference, is going to be informative. It's going to be insightful. It's going to be engaging. And that's the magic word. We, as MITF Greece, I think we did our bit. In fact, we have exceeded our expectations. We were hoping to have 400, 500 people. We are well beyond 1,000 people. And as the day goes, more people will be coming. So we did our job. Our job is done. The thing is, what do you do? Because it's about you at the end of the day. So are you going to make out of this conference the best you can? This is the most important thing of all. And this is really what will make us feel successful at the end of this couple of days. And the way to do this is when you have all these people who've made it, you need to ask them questions. When you're in workshops, whether on panels, in the corridors, outside, you need to engage with them. You need to ask them, how did they do it? When they had no money in their business, how did they pivoted and they reinvented what they were doing? From bankruptcy to success. How do they face failure, rejection? What is their magic recipe that made them do this? This is very important. And if they can do it, can I do it as an investor, as a startupper? This is the question we need to ask. If you answer those questions and you focus on those things for the next couple of days, for us, it will be a success. It will be 2 successful days, and we'll be very, very happy of getting you there. So I'm going to close by saying a big thank you to all the speakers that they came from around the world to be with us today. Our panelists, the entrepreneurs, they traveled from so far. The team at GSW, they did a phenomenal job. They did MITF, Greece. They were working for many, many months to make this happen. MIT Club, very supportive in this initiative. But I want to thank you for your attendance. And I hope that we'll spend the next couple of days together making this a very valuable experience that is going to last for the rest of your lives. Thank you very much. And I'm going to ask to the podium our Deputy Minister of Research and Technology, Mr. Christos Dimas. Mr. Dimas.
Good morning. First of all, I really want to congratulate the Greek MIT team, the MIT Enterprise Forum, for organizing the Global Startup Workshop. I think it's an amazing initiative, and we're extremely enthusiastic to have everybody here in Athens and in Greece. So congratulations to the Greek MIT Enterprise Forum, and we really hope that everybody enjoys it. Gerasim, I actually forgot my speech, so I would really appreciate if we could open the application, the ChatGPT again. Speech by Greek representative for the Global Startup Workshop. The ChatGPT, as Bill was saying before, is actually the future here in the present days. But it's not only, obviously, the ChatGPT, it's all of the innovation ecosystem, and we're extremely proud for the progress that the Greek innovation ecosystem has been presenting in the last couple of years. Allow me to say that the European Commission annually rates the pace of improvement of the EU member states in terms of improvement in innovation. When this administration came into office 4 years ago, we were in one of the last positions in terms of pace of improvement in innovation in the EU. 3 years ago, we climbed to the 5th position. 2 years ago, we were in the 3rd position. And in the last rating, we were actually in the 1st position in the EU member states in terms of pace of improvement in innovation. And we really feel that... We really genuinely feel that we can maintain the 1st position in terms of improvement of innovation. And I would like to briefly say some of the measures that the government has taken in order to reach that position. So up until recently, the Greek state did not know how many startups we had, in which sector they were, how many people they employed. We had absolutely no data about the startup ecosystem. We didn't even have a definition about what companies were actually termed as startups. So we sat down with our experts, a National Committee of Research, Innovation and Technology. We did define the characteristics that companies must have in order to be termed as startups. And we decided to map the innovation ecosystem. We created a startup registry named Elevate Greece, but we realized very quickly that we wanted something more dynamic, something that would have an impact to the innovation ecosystem. So through Elevate Greece, we started legislating important measures. For example, measures for incentives for angel investors, for stock options, important funding opportunities, taking use of cohesion money, even for more liquidity needed during the COVID-19 crisis. But at the same time, we didn't only want to have public policy tools, but also tools from the private sector. So we did create important synergies with companies named as official partners of Elevate Greece. These companies would provide important benefits to our startups. That might be free cloud services, money awards, mentoring, access to global innovation networks that some of the companies have. So we are trying to organize and beef up the innovation ecosystem more and more. At the same time, though, we have been implementing important measures in order to strengthen the academic research. So we recently voted a new law for spin-off companies, therefore providing and simplifying the procedure for academics and researchers to create, function, even shut down spin-off companies. And we've seen that this has been very impactful in our universities and research centers. And I was very, very happy to see in the whole many of the spin-off companies participating here today. We also gave important tax benefits to companies that invest in research and innovation. So we increased tax super deductions for research and innovation for companies that invest in R&D from 130% to 200%, therefore having the most competitive framework in the EU in this sector. But at the same time, we funded the creation of competence centers, because the benefits of research and innovation should not be available only to large companies that have the opportunity to invest in research and innovation, but it should be available for small and medium enterprises as well, for startups that are in a initial level. We have also created innovation clusters, because companies, universities, research centers do have common goals, and creating these synergies does provide important opportunities for, that are beneficial for everybody. We have also supported technology transfer offices throughout our academic system in universities and research centers, but we are also funding important research projects. An important action is the action co-funded by EU structural funds named Research Innovate, that tries to link research and innovation with entrepreneurship much more effectively. So we do have a set of policies trying to boost research and innovation in the country. I would also like to say that one important opportunity for the government was also the creation of the Recovery and Resilience Fund. That was the fund that the European Union created in order to deal with the economic implications of the COVID-19 crisis. And a lot of money from the Recovery and Resilience Fund are invested by the Greek government in research and innovation. Allow me to say that we are upgrading the infrastructure of all of our research centers throughout the country. We have created new institutions for artificial intelligence, for quantum computing, for genome, and for super labs, so for robotics. So we are trying to invest in niche technology, but also we are investing heavily in the human capital that the country has. And we really believe that we have all of the necessary ingredients in order to make Greece the main research and innovation hub of Southeastern Europe. And allow me to close that our goal is to make each Greek or digital nomad being here in Greece, being certain that their startup, their spin-off, their company can be competitive at a global stage from Greece. So making Greece the main research and innovation hub is a priority for the Greek government. Before finishing, I have to actually make a public confession, because I know that Bill Ole will be following. So the last time I met Bill, I think it was approximately a year ago, we placed a bet. And unfortunately, I lost. The bet had to do with basketball, because Bill is a big basketball fan. What I do want to say, Bill, that I did lose the bet in basketball, but since the last time you came, what I want to say, because we are also in a pre-electoral period in Greece, is that we feel that we have made very important steps in the last years. So we've brought unemployment 7% down since we came into office. We have created actually more than 300,000 new jobs. Some of them, many of them, are well-paid jobs. And because one of our biggest problems was brain drain, we do believe that creating new job opportunities is extremely important. Not only having big investments, multinational companies coming and investing in Greece, but we truly believe that the innovation ecosystem is a challenge, is the real bet for the country, because we want to make sure that innovative Greeks are capable of being competitive at a global stage from Greece. So our bet is that the innovation ecosystem will actually improve day by day, year by year, and it will become one of the most competitive in the world. Thank you very much.
I'm late because the backstage guys, everybody wanted to introduce the next speaker. And this is the problem, we have a rock star as Bill. Bill. Yes. Ready? Bill does not need any introduction. He's the professor at MIT, Sloan School of Management, and he's also the managing director of Martin Trust Center for Entrepreneurship.
Let's get to what's important here.
Let's move. No blah blah. Straight to the point.
Thank you. So first of all, the bet was, will the Boston Celtics beat Giannis? And as part of entrepreneurship, you have to understand losing sometimes is part of it, failure is part of it. And I'm glad you acknowledged this here today, that the Celtics did beat the Bucks. And I won the bet. It was a very big bet. It's not going to affect the debt, the financial situations, because it was for $1, but it's a dollar that I'm very proud about, and I'm looking forward to collecting that very soon. Why don't we just double down here publicly for this year again, and maybe I can get $2 out of you. So look, I got so much to say, and the clock says I have 4 minutes and 16 seconds to go. I can't believe I'm here. I feel like Marie Callas. I want to start singing to you. Who would have ever thought a little kid from New York who just wanted to play basketball all day would end up in Greece at a place like this, talking to 1,000+ people? It just shows you the power of education and entrepreneurship, really. My parents would just be, I'm going to cry here. They'd just be blown away that here I am in the cradle of civilization, democracy, the birthplace. And so at a personal level, it's amazing, but enough about me. This would not have happened without Vasily and the MIT Enterprise Forum. Vasily and Andigon, would you please stand up? Can you please stand up? You deserve enormous credit. Where's Vasilius? You guys are amazing. You're like Greek gods. Not Adonis, Vasilius, let's not get carried away, but maybe Zeus, something like that. But look, the other people who are the superheroes here are the MIT team that put this together, and they're in the back, and I'd like you all to come out. Would all of you come out? You know, could you bring the whole team out here, please? Because they deserve an enormous, this is a volunteer effort that's put together. None of these students get paid. In fact, they pay to go to MIT. Where's the rest of them? They're at work. But a huge round of thank you to everybody for this. 7 months ago, this didn't exist. Thank you, guys. Thank you. 7 months ago, this didn't exist. It was going to be done in another place. There was some troubles, as you might have heard, in the world. And we in 7 months, Vasilius, his team, the students put this together, and we're here, and it's the biggest global startup workshop ever. Congratulations. One other thing I want to say is that it is so nice to be back in person, isn't it? I mean, Zoom we had to do what we had to do, but to be back here in person, to be able to meet people in person, the serendipitous collisions that are going to happen over the next few days, I don't take for granted anymore. And that's what entrepreneurship is. It's about those serendipitous collisions. It's about building up relationships. Honestly, if I had not come here, I don't think we would have had the relationship to get this going. And so take advantage of every second here to meet someone else that you don't know. And there's some great, great people here in the crowd from all across the world. And let me just say lastly, entrepreneurship is an incredibly powerful force for good. We have enormous problems in the world today with climate change, energy, social dislocation, healthcare, education. With all due respect, these will not be solved by the government. The government will support the efforts, and I think Mr. Dimas would be the first person to say this, but the people who need to lead that are people. And people, those people are not managers, they're entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs need to lead this. And so all of you, while you're here, look to be a startup entrepreneur. But all entrepreneurs don't exist just in startups. If you come out of this week saying, hey, I don't know if I can do a venture-backed startup, that's not my thing right now, or whatever, there's still plenty for you to get here. An entrepreneur is a mindset. It's willingness to be different. It's not accepting the status quo. It's saying we can do better than this. And then once you have that mindset, then it's a skill set that says, here's how we go about it. We always talk about you have to have the spirit of a pirate, but then you have to have the execution skills of a Navy SEAL. It's not just enough to want to be an entrepreneur. You have to be able to do it. And that is a skill set. That is a skill set that's in us that we can bring out of you and you can learn. And the last thing is it's a way of operating. It's a community-based way of operating, which is different than the old ways of command, control, and conquer. We work through communities. It's a distributed way of operating. If we need help, you know, if Dimas needs help, Vasily needs help, Aniga needs help, they just call me up. And because I know they'll help me in return, we help each other. And that creates a world where we can move very, very rapidly. And that's essential. So we have to have this mindset that we embrace change, because change is happening, and it's happening at a pace that will never slow down. It will only go faster. We're talking about ChatGPT. I thought the world couldn't go any faster a year ago, and then ChatGPT happened. Do you know how many days it took to get 1 million people on ChatGPT? 5 days. There's never been anything else that took 5 months to get 1 million users. The world is just going faster and faster and faster. And the people who are going to be able to deal with this are entrepreneurs. And they need to exist in startups, but they also need to exist in government and academic institutions and big corporations. So as you go through the next few days, think about how can I be a better entrepreneur? Whatever I do, whatever you do. And then that's what will make the world better. We need entrepreneurs and startups, yes, absolutely, but we also need them throughout society. And if you're not ready to be an entrepreneur in a startup, that's fine. Don't feel a failure. You can do it elsewhere, and you can actually even have bigger impact. So I want to start singing like Maria Callas about how great entrepreneurship is, but that would put you all into tears, not joyful tears. So I will not do that. But let me just say, yes, you can be an entrepreneur. Yes, we do need entrepreneurs, and it's something that can be learned. And over the next few days, dedicate yourself to becoming a better entrepreneur. So with that, I turn it over to our next speaker, who is the MC.
Yes.
Hey.
Thank you so much, Bill. I also want my high five on stage. Thank you very much. Thanks to everyone, to our incredible opening remarks, and thank you for still being here, so it must be interesting. Before we go into our keynotes, we'll have a keynote on entrepreneurship coming up shortly. Let's look a little bit at our agenda, and maybe it can be on the screen as well, please. Our agenda of day one. So today, as you can see, we have a lot of interesting panels, a packed agenda. We have panels on how to build and fund your venture. And we will be having the panels here simultaneously, and we'll be explaining that later. And it's going to be very, very interesting. We are using a lot of tech at this event. Before we go into the keynote, let me just explain a little bit on our Eventora platform. So if you could go to the Eventora slide, thank you so much. All of you should have received a direct link this morning or last night. So let's do this together. Maybe if you can pull out your phones, and this is the time to get all your phones out, and really go on your email and check Eventora, so you can search on your email that, and you will have a link. So please click on that link. And as you can see on the screen, we have a couple of different icons. Now, the icon that I care about is the icon Ask. But of course, you have the agenda, you have surveys. So please take the surveys and leave your feedback. Please make your own agenda as well. You can favorite things. But please, let's go on the Ask button. And we cannot show this on screen, but once you are in the Ask button, you will see a list of all of the keynotes and panels for today as well as tomorrow. So please go into the one for today, keynote on entrepreneurship, and that's where you can ask your questions. Type in your questions, and I will then pick them up later on. So I hope we're all set with that. And if you need any help, we have a lot of volunteers around so they can help you. And thanks a lot to the volunteers and the incredible staff that has been manning this event.